All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of DCTV. Very excited to welcome on a recurring guest, the Sharp Bros. We're going to be chatting some NBA postseason look ahead. We're going to do some early reactions in the MLB season, just a few days into the 2026 year. Sharp Bros, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, man? Not much. I'm trying to get this link sent out so everyone can join. Taking a little bit of look on the Discord too, make sure everything's going right. Always on the clock.
I love it, brother. Get the gang in here so we can get the chat popping, folks asking you questions. At this point, you're a savvy veteran when it comes to these live streams. I know Lou has had you on a couple times. This is our first time, but looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm getting old. I'm a vet.
Yeah, that's a better way of describing it than old. We chatted before jumping on live in regards to kind of scheduling. I'm excited to chat briefly through the NBA. Obviously, we're getting close to the end of the regular season. I believe there are about 8 more games left. So looking forward to hearing your thoughts on what this season has looked like, what has you super excited, looking forward towards the postseason, and then some plans that you have for later in the NBA year. So let's start there. I'm curious to hear your take on how you'd sum up the NBA season thus far, big takeaways, biggest surprises, biggest letdowns. Let's hear your overall thoughts.
Yeah, no, that's a heavy one. There's a lot that went on in the NBA this year. Biggest surprise has to be Detroit Pistons. Number one in the East. Cade Cunningham is really hooping out there. He is out for a couple of weeks, so hopefully he gets back healthy. I want to see how far the Detroit team goes in the playoffs. I just think it's Western Conference is just so much better. I know everyone talks about this every year, but there's a lot of power teams in this Western Conference. And number one, OKC, Spurs. Wemby looks like he's unlocked a different mode very fast. And Luka is hooping with his recent divorce. He's hooping on another level. So there's a lot going on. I'm really excited. I'm thinking the sixth team in this Western Conference right now, standings, might be better than Detroit, and that's the Houston Rockets, and they look really good too. It'd be exciting to see Detroit go to the finals, but I really don't think it matters who it is from this Eastern Conference. It's gonna be tough against most of these teams in the West. I do have my LA hat on. I do have two of the GOATs in the back right there. So I'm going to stick with the Lakers. I'm going to go with LeBron. I know he doesn't have much time left, and that's my GOAT right there. If you disagree, comment, and I'll get back to you after this live stream.
I love that. I'm seeing Lakers 12-1 to win the West and around 30-1 to win the finals. Is that something that you'd consider sprinkling on? Is that biased with your love for the Lakers? Fill us in on where folks should be maybe spreading a little love on the futures market.
Yeah, a little bit of love for the Lakers for sure. LeBron and everyone, but honestly, this team just looks really solid. They might have the best big three in the league with LeBron, Luka, and AR. I know LeBron hasn't been playing as well as he did when he was 23, right, guys? Of course, he's 41 years old. He's not that young. He's not that young guy no more. But I think this team looks solid. Great coaching. Everything really stands out. And Luka he should be MVP. I know they hold him to such a high standard, right? It's like Luka puts these numbers up all the time. So we probably won't give him MVP. That's just how the standard is. But I would love Lakers to win the West. But honestly, like I said earlier, I think there's more value in just going for them to win it all. Because if they get in that if they get to the finals, I think they win it all. So I love that 30-1. I'm going to be hammering that as well before heading to the Lakers game, April 18th. Excited for that. But there's solid teams out here. I just don't love the odds. I'm not taking OKC plus 135. If they win, good for them. But I think some of these odds like Spurs plus 550. I think the values with the Lakers, maybe a little bit of Minnesota. Hornets have really been playing, but it's going to be so tough to come from that play-in game and try to win it all. So, I mean, looking at odds, looking at everything, Lakers, they have the best odd, plus 3,000. And this is a lot of what I was looking at, Dash. So I do appreciate you bringing that up. But I do really like that, 30-1.
I love it. I'm going to have to get that in when we jump off here.
I think I'll put that in right now.
Let's go.
$100 on it right now. It's going in.
An extra $3,000 would make me a happy man. That's for sure.
I wouldn't complain. I mean, that's just a week for me, but we won't complain. We won't complain.
I want to move over to the MVP market. I'm looking at SGA's minus 350 favorite, followed by Wemby at plus 250, and then Luka, somebody that you mentioned being on an absolute tear at 15-1. Is there anything to take away from the current odds? SGA looks like he's a runaway favorite from an odds perspective. I'm hearing a lot of Wemby buzz in the market just based off of some of his most recent performances, the overall growth of that Spurs team. Is that a market that you've checked out at all and potentially see some value in?
Yeah, I think early in the season, it's a good market to tap into. I really don't like these awards because it's very biased. I think it hasn't been true for so long. Some guys at the top, they pick who's going to win MVP. Okay, whatever, give it to them. But it doesn't really define who the most valuable player for a team is. Yeah. If you take Shea off OKC, they're still going to do pretty solid. Like, you guys can look at the numbers when he hasn't played. I mean, they have a solid team. They have great defenders all the way through, great bench. They just picked up Jared McCain. I mean, this team is solid. So I'm not really a big fan of these awards. I'd rather just go for who's going to win because that's more predictable than these random awards that some old men at the top just hand out.
Yeah, that's we saw some funkiness in the NFL market with Drake May and Stafford. It coming down to those two, and
exactly.
There were two voters who took Josh Allen, which completely threw things off. So I tend to agree with you on that. Awesome. That gets us through our NBA portion. Coming out of this, 30-1 on the Lakers is looking incredibly juicy. So I'll be all over that. I want to transition over to the MLB front. It's been a sport that you historically have had tremendous amount of success in. I want to learn more about kind of your process in the markets that you like to target, as well as your read here early in the season, and then kind of zooming out and looking at the season-long thoughts. So let's start with you giving our listeners just a little bit of background on your approach when it comes to betting on the MLB and how you've been able to be so damn successful in years past.
Yeah, no, I mean, MLB has been our most profitable sport, and that's myself, Panda Cats, all the Sharp Bros cappers. I mean, we all have a different thing we are an expert at. And NBA and MLB has been the biggest ones for me. MLB takes the lead. And it's pretty simple, right? There's a lot of data. There's a lot of stats in MLB. And now with the new challenge in play, I think it's going to help even more with pitchers because these top pitchers that really paint the zone well, they're going to get these calls when they tap that hat a little bit like we've seen. So I create these daily charts and I post it on the Discord. It has all the matchups, like XFIP, how much the opposite team strikes out, how much they've struck out in the last 3 games, what the pitcher's strikeout per 9 is, and what their walks is, ground ball percentage, fly ball percentage. I'm not going to bore everyone with all this, but the thing is I love looking at this data, and I pick my best pitchers out from this. I mean, we've been close to hitting some big ones, but it is early in the season, so I'm gonna take it slow. And in a few days, when we hit that big one, I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna say I told y'all. So I'm super excited. Pitchers is my go-to. I think home runs are a little bit unpredictable, but when you kind of look at which pitchers allow a lot of fly ball percentage and then what their home run per fly ball percentage is. If I could show this somehow on the screen, it would be pretty cool. I don't really know if I can do that.
Yeah, you should be able to share your screen. You shot me the picture heading into the call. These cheat sheets and breakdowns are fascinating. So give it a shot. See if you
I
can.
think I can share. Okay, I think I shared the screen because it'll be easier to talk to about it. So I post these on the Discord every single day. I don't really know how it's looking. Is everything good, Dash?
I'm gonna add that to the stage right now. There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, I won't spend too long talking about it and bore everyone, but this was a pitcher matchup that we put out for today, and I really love Jacob against Tampa Bay. And if we go over here to Capper wins, I mean, we banged for a quick 500, and I was playing some golf earlier after doing my research. So not bad, right, guys? So these analytics, I create these daily, and it shows you everything I just touched on, and all of this data. I kind of tell you how it all comes together, and then I'll make different plays based on these matchups. So I don't really think anyone else in the industry is doing this. And I know a lot of new AI and all this mumbo jumbo is coming into play, but you got to be careful. You got to trust the data, and you got to trust the community. And I think Shot Bros has the best one out there.
I love it. Give us. So you took Mizorowski. What was that? Over 6.5 or 7+ Ks.
Yep.
Looking at this sheet here, we can see his K per 9 is 11.86. Was that really the key indicator that jumped off the page at you? He has plus stuff. Give me the breakdown as to like what led to you throwing that bomb there and viewing it as a great high quality spot.
Yeah, so I mean, the main thing you got to look at is kind of just get a lot of greens here, right? Then he does allow a lot of walks, but based on what you said, Dash, with the 11.86 K per 9 being the highest, and that's a lot. And he's a strikeout machine. On top of that, his first start, he got 11 strikeouts. So a little bit of momentum going, guys. Like, these are different things you kind of got to look at, right? So coming from that 11 strikeouts in spring training, he did pretty solid with his striking out numbers too. Against Tampa Bay team, who's, very low sample sizes, very early in the season, but 8 strikeouts per game this year so far in the 4 or 5 games we've had. So all that kind of matched up. It looked pretty solid. And then I was just like, well, plus 100, 7+. Those odds are great. If it was somewhere around like minus 150, I wouldn't take it because the odds are not great. So this is not the only thing I look at. There's a lot of other matrix I look at. Fangraphs is solid. None of these places pay me, but MLB, just the MLB website. There's a ton of stats, right? Dash, that baseball has a lot of stats, unlike any other sport. So it's really solid kind of sitting here looking at these numbers because, like they say, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. So I love looking at these numbers, and I really love strikeouts. That's my passion, and I really kind of pick money line winners based on pitchers and bullpen. If you have an elite pitcher and an elite bullpen, there's going to be a very low chance that you lose the game, right? Unless the hitters just absolutely shit the bed, but it's very rare. So I'm really into pitchers. I'm a nerd for the pitchers, but a lot of people have found this charts helpful. No one said nothing bad about it yet. So I love it, and I love creating these charts, and I know we're going to cash a big one soon. So
I love it, brother. Yeah. You have a 50% off discount going right now. These are posted daily. We'll make sure to get that link posted on our socials. I'm sure you'll be retweeting it. So anybody and everybody tuning in will have access to that. What I want to chat about was another name on that list that you have a play for in tonight's slate. Hint.
I don't know why I stopped sharing. Okay, let's go back and share then.
Yeah, keep sharing, and I'll give a hint. It has to do with the hat that you're currently wearing.
Well, Dash just spilled the beans. Okay. Yes, I actually haven't even released this for the social media. It is posted on the Discord. Everything gets posted on Discord right when I play it. But Yamamoto has a solid matchup against the Cleveland Guardians. I'm not going to say Indians. Sometimes I'm like, is it Indians, Guardians? The names keep changing. But XFIP solid at 3.05. Guardians have struck out a ton, almost 11 per game so far. Yoshi's is at 10.42 K per 9 for last year, which is solid. And ground ball percentage is very high. So It's going to be, not too many fly balls there. It's going to stay on the ground. So it's going to be quick innings. I really love Yamamoto. On top of all of this, on top of all of these stats that I'm giving you guys, it was a Yoshi bobblehead night last night. So I think that's going to add a little bit more, he's going to have a little bit more finesse there, and he's going to show out. I wouldn't be surprised if he got 10 strikeouts tonight, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. But we're going to be safer, and we're going to take over 6.5. I slammed 1 unit on that, so let's cash out tonight.
I love that. I got it in as soon as you texted me this morning. So looking forward to that night action. Zooming out and kind of looking at the big picture of this MLB season. Obviously, we're less than a week into the year. Have there been any teams that have impressed you or surprised you thus far?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure everyone, like, if they're looking at the standings, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Marlins look amazing, 5-1, right?" Well, they've also played the Rockies and White Sox, 2 of the worst teams in the league. So yeah, I mean, if you play against the worst, you're gonna look great. But a team that has really stood out. I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about the Dodgers because everyone knows they're the best team. But the Astros also look really solid this year. Pitching is solid there, and even Alvarez and the guys have really come through. Hunter Brown looks amazing. McCullers Jr. looks amazing. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. But it's just, this team looks really good. Pitching, hitting, everything looks solid, and it looks like it's all coming together. I know a lot of people don't like the Astros with all of the cheating stuff, but it's been a long time, so maybe people forgot about it now. But yeah, no, Astros do look really good.
Yeah, they have burned me 3 days in a row. I had low expectations for them coming into the year. They're coming off a sweep of the Red Sox, who I had high expectations for this year. So I don't blame you with that call. How about players? You mentioned Yamamoto going up against the Guardians. Chase DeLauder is off to a hot start. Any names that folks should be on the lookout for and potentially targeting, whether it be, on the bump or in the batter's box this year to have breakout seasons? Who are you liking, if anybody?
There's a lot of guys I really like. I'm going to kind of stick to the pitcher side of things. Hunter Brown looks amazing, and I'm gonna have to kind of look back at the parlays that I cashed out to look at exactly who I like. But there's a lot of great guys. But any given day, I don't really play the bias of like, I'm a ban this player, I'm a ban that player. It's all matchup based. I mean, yeah, a lot of people are gonna mess up and they're gonna screw up, and that's a part of the game. But if a stat looks really solid, then I'm not gonna like look the other way and be like, oh nah, he's on my ban list, like I can't play him. I don't really roll like that. But Lance McCullers Jr., who I touched on, also looks really solid. Just a lot of pitchers is kind of what I'm looking at. And it's very early in the season, right? I mean, we're 6 games into the season, so there's a long way to go. But Mackenzie Gore also looked really solid. I saw him pitch the other day on TV, not live. But there's a lot of great guys, and the main thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at those pitcher charts every day, and I'm just going to hammer the best matchups.
I love it.
That's my favorite play right there. The Sharp Rose sheets that I post every morning.
I want to transition to your community because you built something special. I remember when you first onboarded to the Dub Club platform, you've been sharp since day one, but you didn't quite have the reach or the size community that you have now. Tell folks a little bit about what goes on in there and why it's become, such a special place for like-minded individuals to hang out, beat the books, enjoy themselves, and build awesome relationships.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, when I joined Dope Club, I think I was at like 100, 200 members, very low amount. And I knew everyone in the Discord. I knew every single person, and it was crazy. And now we're at 6,300, 6,400, and I don't know. I don't know anyone in this group anymore. But anyways, I mean, it's just like the community is very strong, right? Anytime people come in, they feel welcome. They feel like this is more than just sports betting. I mean, it is a sports betting group, so you guys are probably like, oh, what is he talking about? But more than that, like, honestly, this feels like my family at this point. And we have great cappers, Panda Cat, Dot Bets, Hadir, our golf expert, Dot Bets, our hockey expert, Hadir, and Panda Cats. He just does everything. He's just good at everything. So, I mean, our cappers are amazing. We have solid mods, and more than that, it's just the people in there. I think it might be the energy that we've kind of put out there, but everyone's amazing. They're always supportive. You guys, sports betting, there are going to be a lot of bad streaks. You're going to go cold for a while, but there's a lot of people here that just stick around, and they're very, looking at their messages, it's very motivating. Like, I'm a human being at the end of the day. So, encouragement is always necessary. And I've seen a lot of other Discord communities. It's just toxic. And I don't think you can ever win in a toxic environment like that. But I think just kind of this community has helped me become sharper, and it's helped us win a lot more together, like Dub Clubs. Yeah. Win more together. And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're going to continue doing. Check it out, guys. Dash I didn't even give the 50% off. Dash gave the 50% off. He created the link, but I guess my hands are tied. So 50% off down below. Tap in and you'll never leave.
It has been amazing seeing the growth of you as a handicapper, of your business. It's one of the most positive, educational, fun, engaging communities in the space. So hats off to you for what you've built. If you are into pitching matchups, this is the community for you. Yes, the Sharp Bros can handicap it all, but when it comes to pitching matchups on the diamond, this guy's as good as it gets. So
I'm the best. I don't like having a big ego. I'm usually I hold it down, but strikeouts, I'm the best. I'm the best.
As evidenced by Mizorowski today and Yamamoto tonight. So
we're going 2-0
Sharp
today.
Bros.
We're going 2-0.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're a busy man. We got some banger futures on the NBA court. Go grab Lakers 30-1. Team's heating up at just the right time, and lock in Yamamoto for 7+ punchies in tonight's game. I'm even going to ladder it up to 10+. So thank you, my friend.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Let's win. Thanks, Dash. Thanks for having me. Thanks, everyone tuning in. I'll see you all in the Sharp Bros Discord.